Hello there YouTube, it's Jacob from Team Pyramid, and today I'm coming at you with another deck profile. I thought I haven't done a deck profile in a couple of weeks, so I thought I'd give it a try. So I've been play testing this deck. It's the Weather Painters. It's really fun actually, and it can definitely take games if you're not prepared for it. And I really mean that. It can definitely take games if you're not prepared for it. So what I'll do is I'll get into the deck profile and we'll have a little look. So I'm starting off with the monsters. So I run 3 snow. So I run 3 Weather Painter Snow due to the fact of when this card is normal summoned, you can go ahead and get from your deck the weather spell or trap card and place it face up on in your spell and trap card zone. And what I also need to say is that every one of the Weather Painters have the exact same second effect, which is if they're banished through activating the weather cards, then they get to come back to your side of the field during your next standby phase, which is really good because it means you're getting the recursion for your monsters, and also on top of that you're also getting pretty much free activations of your spell and trap cards. Next I run 3 Weather Painter Thunder. So Weather Painter Thunder is the biggest one in the deck other than the Link monster. It is a 1700. This card you have to go ahead and send 1 face-up continuous spell or trap card. It doesn't have to be a weather one, so it's any face-up, it's any continuous spell or trap card, and then you get to go ahead and from your deck place 1 the weather spell or trap card face-up again, which is really good. Just gives you extra value because you're getting it from your deck, which is incredible. Then I run 3 the Weather Painter Sun. So in all honesty, I'm thinking of cutting this card down to possibly 2, but I like it at 3 at the moment due to the fact of it's a little bit different. You go ahead and when this card is in the grave, so to get its effect it has to be in the grave, you go ahead and send 1 face-up continuous spell or trap card that you control and special summon this card in defense, and then once you've done that you get to go ahead and place face-up 1 spell or trap card that has the weather in its name into your spell or trap card zone again, so it's really good. To round off the weather monsters, I run 1 the Weather Painter Cloud. So Weather Painter Cloud is whenever the weather card is sent from the field to the grave, you get to go ahead and return 2 spell or trap cards, the weather spell or trap cards from your graveyard, and place them face up in your spell and trap card zone. So that card there combos off really well with the sun, because you go ahead and pitch, say, your weather canvas snow face up from the field. One that's on the field to go ahead get sun back, which will go ahead and get you 1 from your hand plus 2 from your grave, which is really good. It's just getting back all your resources and monsters as well. Then for my supporting, I run 2 Heretic. So Heretic, I can never pronounce that card. So I run 2 of him due to the fact of you pitch him from your hand and you get to go ahead and search 1 Valhalla. So that way you get to go ahead and get extra summons of your Weather Painters. Then for my hand traps, I run 3 Ash Blossoms and 3 Ghost Ogres. It's totally your choice of what hand traps you want to run in here. I run Ash Blossoms because I've got them there, and that's the only reason why I run them. Plus they're one of the best hand traps out at the moment. Ghost Ogre as well, I love the fact that you can go ahead and, even though the opponent still gets the effect, you go ahead and just destroy the monster. So they still get the effect, but the monster is destroyed. Then off to the spells, I run 3 Weather Painter. The Weather Snow Canvas. So these cards, they all have the same effect of when this card is activated, any weather cards in the column in front and the 2 to the side also get this effect, which is the effect that has the dot. So the effect for this one is basically they make them all quick effects, which is really good as well, which means they can be activated during your opponent's turn, which is brilliant. So with this, what you do is you go ahead and this one, the Weather Canvas Snow, you go ahead, banish one card from the column this card controls or the two adjacent, and you can add one card from your deck to your hand that has the weather in its name. And the only thing is, it does stop you from being able to add cards from your deck after this card. However, you can still draw. And you can only control one of these on the field at a time. It's the same as all the weather cards. You can only control one of them on the field at a time, other than the monsters. Then I run 3, the Weather Cloudy Canvas. So I run 3 Weather Cloudy Canvas. This one, exactly the same with the adjacent and the one in front. What this one does is you banish to go ahead and target one monster on the field, except during damage step, and half its attack until the end of the turn, which is really, really good. However, it does mean they can attack you directly, which does suck a little bit. But then I run 1, the Weather Rainy Canvas. So this one I use to disrupt spell and traps. Due to the fact of this one, you get to go ahead and banish one of the weathery monsters, and get to go ahead and bounce a spell or trap card back to your opponent's hand that they control, which is really, really good. It just disrupts plays, especially if you've got anti-spell fragrance on the field. I have it in my side deck. I don't run it in my main, but it does stop a lot when you're using that. Then off to the support, and I run 3 Valhalla Hall of the Fallen. So again, you get your special summons. I run 2 Pot of Desires. Even now, after this card's been out nearly 2 years, people still call it a neg 9 and hate this card. It is a +1. We're never getting back Pot of Greed. It'd be so good if we did. To be fair, we say we're never getting back Pot of Greed, but we all thought we weren't going to get Monster Reborn back, let's be honest. You never know. You never know. And then run 1 Dark Hole. Because my monsters are being banished through my card effects, it leaves my field empty. I get to go ahead, activate this, and then it also clears my opponent's field as well. So that's technically the win condition of the actual deck itself. Is you just basically stop your opponent from being able to do what they want to do with the weather spell or trap cards, and then stab at them when their field's empty. It's quite fun to do, actually. Then off to the traps. I run 3 of the Weather Thundery Canvas. This card makes the deck playable. So again, it's the exact same with the in front and the 2 adjacent. When a weather monster you attack, whenever a weather monster attacks an opponent's monster, at the start of the damage step, bounce that card the opponent controls back to the hand. Phenomenal. Utterly phenomenal. So you get not only 1 attack, you get your other attacks as well. With your other 2 attacks, if you got them there, it's just really, really good. And then because my field is clear most of the time on my turn, when my opponent's turn starts, I run 3 Bottomless Trap Holes. I like banishing my opponent's cards because they're harder for them to get back. And then run 3 Storming Mirror Forces. I'm honestly thinking of taking these out for not quaking. Is it quaking or is it drowning? Give me 2 seconds. I'll have a little look. So it's Drowning Mirror Force. I'm thinking of taking these 3 out and putting in Drowning Mirror Force, because when they attack directly with Drowning, it bounces them back to the deck rather than just bouncing it back to the hand, which is really... Bouncing it back to the hand still is really fun, especially if they're attacking with a phenomenal amount of links. However, bouncing it back to the deck is even better. That's it for the main deck. It is a 40 card deck. I do have a small side deck. It literally contains 3 cards. No, it's extra deck, sorry. It does contain 3 cards. And that is the Weather Painter Rainbow. So the Weather Painter Rainbow, I never really use it for its main effect, which is you can go ahead and just banish itself and get rid of a summon monster. However, when this card points to, what I use it for is when this card points to a weather monster, it gets a quick effect again. So when a card effect is activated, quick effect, banish the card and just negate and destroy the effect, the card's effect. So it's not just spell or trap cards, it's not just monster effects, it's really, really good. It is a bit tricky to get into, I'm going to be honest, because it does take 3 weather painters. However, it is a 24, and when you get this on the field, it just stops your opponent's plays so much. In my opinion, this is a very anti-meta deck. It is a very anti-meta deck, and it does still keep even meta decks today scratching their heads. So let me know in the comments below what you think. As always, YouTube, thank you very much indeed for watching my videos. I really do appreciate every single one of you that take the time to do that. And if you want to see any decks profile, please let me know. If you want to see any packs open, please let me know. And again, I'm still doing the shout out for if anyone wants to come to a card night. I know I've been a bit lackadaisy recently with the actual channels itself and uploading, and for that I really do apologise. I've been watching a phenomenal channel with a really phenomenal person in it. His name's George Osborne. I'm sorry if I've butchered your name. I said I'd give him a shout out. Going through a bit of a rough time, and he's spurred me on from watching his videos to actually start getting focused again and actually getting my channel back up and running properly. So thank you very much indeed for watching, and thank you very much, George. You're the man. You got me back to the gym. You're the man, mate. Have a good one. Bye.